Hi, I'm back with another new interesting video lesson. It's an essay and the name of the essay is Student Mobs, is written by J.B. Priestley. The new English textbook for third semester students. Now let's learn about the author is Priestley. J.B. Priestley. John Boynton Priestley was an English novelist, dramatist, essayist, screenwriter, and social commentator. He also won the hearts of audiences as a radio speaker. The University of Bradford awarded him the title of Honorary Doctor of Letters in 1970. Now let's move to understand the introduction and theme of the essay. In the essay entitled Student Mobs, Priestley shows his disgust for the unruly behavior of students. The author in this essay is very frank in his observation of student mobs, admitting to his slight dislike against students. According to him, student groups responsible for violence should not be treated any differently from how other sections of the society would be. Now, let's understand the summary. Priestley feels that why young men in universities turning themselves into misbehaving, and sometimes dangerous mobs. He advises that students are not supposed to be ignorant and stupid. If they are, then they should be sent home and be not allowed to receive higher education at the public expense. He feels that students waste not only their own but also other people's time, energy and money. On the other hand, parents sacrifice their basic needs in order to provide a good education to the youth. He emphasizes that such lads should begin to develop a sense of responsibility. They should be the last and not the first to create howling destructive mobs. In his observation, students of present time, instead of reading books, they burn them. Let's continue the summary. The writer worries about the so-called demonstrations on TV news. He depresses and revolts with their banners, slogans and mindless grinning faces on their way to break windows, smash cars, burn furniture and books, terrify women and children and violating the law and custom. He guesses that the demonstrations have been organized by governments on a secret rent-a-mob basis. Author believes that the destruction of public property is inexcusable. Let's continue the summary. Next, he talks about the emerging of a genuine world civilization. Organizations like Oxfam, remote enterprises, and healing of education. At the same time, he worries about the two official policies clash and instantly embassies, consulates, centers of information services are surrounded and then attacked by howling mobs of students. Let's continue the summary. He believes that it may be part of government's policies and they unethically use student populations to incite violence. Priestley guesses that ambassadors will have to move in tanks and students will be given machine guns and flamethrowers in the future. Let's continue. In the continuation of the essay, Priestley sees in students' faces illuminated by burning cars and bonfires of books, and he feels that it is not the glow of political enthusiasm but a frenzied delight in destruction. He adds that students don't know anything worth having. The students need no courses on wrecking and destroying. If degrees were given in window smashing, car overturning, furniture firing, they would all have them with honors. And he strongly says that the students may still be weak in sciences and the arts, medicine and the law, but they already have first in hooliganism. Well, the writer is not sure that what sort of doctors and lawyers and chemists and teachers of languages the students will become, but authors satirize that there should be no shortage of recruits with degrees of demolition squads and wrecking crews. Let's continue. Well, he expresses his strong disgust that the students may appear to demolish embassies before it is for any evening seminars. And he sensitively says that they may grow up under capitalism or socialism, but what they really care about is vandalism. A woman teacher who had 40 years experience told him that the most recent children are most destructive that she had ever known. They just wanted to smash things. Let's continue. Well, Priestley recollects his elementary school life, his middle teen life as a football player, and he had witnessed drunken fights in the streets. Those actions were very rough indeed. But in the present, he observes the evil-minded destructiveness and violence by the students. He states that the behavior comes from a neurotic or even psychotic heartlessness, a cold disregard of other persons, a hatred life. Let's continue. Well, he concludes the essay by saying some strong words on student mobs that the young arrive eager not to create but to destroy. The students never march to build a house but only to knock one down. The writer finally wants to see in students making something instead of breaking or even just studying. Alright, dear students, well, it keeps me end of my today's lesson. I shall come back with another new video lesson. Until then, keep practicing, keep reading your textbook and clarifying your doubts in the classroom. Have a nice time. Bye bye.
Let it go.